you could take bits and pieces from everybody's partnership, right? That's the beauty of it. But ultimately, what is it that works for y'all? And if you focus on that, the building will only include you two. It doesn't, it's not going to include everyone else. Ultimately, we're talking about the different phases of when you go from like dating, boyfriend, girlfriend, engagement, marriage, right? And then going into those different phases and how it kind of becomes a full circle, right?
Right. And just the misconception that everybody has that, you know, relationships bring happiness. Everyone is so happy in relationships. You're supposed to be happy every moment together. It's just being able to break that down and to allow everyone to understand there's different phases that every relationship goes through. It's a cycle, right? Like we are always just like everlasting, going in this circle of just different transitions throughout our lives. But joy and happiness and, you know, the thrill of being together doesn't occur every single day, and that's okay.
Yeah, that is okay, because for us, and this is my part to say a disclaimer, a lot of the stuff that we talk about on the show is things that we are to constantly learning. It's not something that we are perfect at. Like right now, we're doing this episode right now, and I could tell just throughout the day, I probably pissed Deja off.
Frustrated. You can use the word frustrated.
I frustrated her. She told me to get the technicals in regards of setting everything up, right? And I didn't listen. I told her I knew I had what was going on, didn't want to be rushed, only to then, when it came time to shooting, way behind. And we lost probably like 3 hours of shooting time. But that's neither here nor there. But this is one of those moments where we're not fully 110% like full gung-ho, I love you. She's more like, you irritate me, but I chose you. I'm your partner. I'm committed to you, and I'm gonna swallow this one.
We are.
But what is the first phase that we talk about?
So the first phase is probably going to be the fun phase,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
It is the fun, right? You just saw this girl, or you just saw this
guy.
boy,
Yeah.
right? And all of a sudden it happens. You're right there, and God speaks to you. Says that is either your wife, your husband. All in all, your body is responding to what it is that you see right then and there. And you go after it, right? And depending on who you are at this point in life, right? People meet this person different parts of their life. But when you first meet them, there is that constant adventure. There's that adventure. Once you guys get to a point where it's just like, okay, this person is someone I want to be entertained with for a good amount of time, everything becomes fun. You try stuff with them. You do new experiences with them. And the reason why it's so much fun and it's so intriguing is because the person is different.
Right.
You've been a certain type of way for a certain amount of life. And then this person comes out of nowhere and they are maybe the complete opposite of what you were. But all in all, everything about them is interesting to you. It's different to you. And for that reason, it's a fun state. You do things that you wouldn't normally do, right? You experience different things in a different light.
Or the things that you're used to doing is just like it gets elaborated by 10 because you're doing it with someone new that you're into. Right.
You go on dates. You probably experience, and a normal date isn't the same thing as a regular date, like you said, because you're going with somebody else, right? But all in all, you're doing fun things. You're not just sitting in the house watching television.
No, you're not.
You're not doing all those things. Everything is fun. You're trying stuff. It's just one of those phases where it's like everything is new.
Awesome. So getting to the next phase, you first stated the fun phase, right? Where it's the initial interactions. Well, the first multiple interactions that you have with this person. Yeah. Then you decide that, you know what, we're going to get serious. We have that leap phase next. What's that about?
So after you get through the fun phase, you get so comfortable with the person that now you want to take a leap. You want to go a little bit further. And what is that leap? The leap is taking titles. That's when you go public, right? It's like a business. You go in public. You're not private anymore. When you go public with it, then you're either going on social media, you're either claiming this person, or it's gotten to a point where you solidified with the person saying, hey, we're actually dating. We have titles now. I'm boyfriend, you're girlfriend, or I'm girlfriend, you're girlfriend, whatever the case is.
Right.
But now we've taken that leap of now becoming a thing. And in that leap phase, that means at that point, you've gained a certain amount of trust, right? You've done an ample amount of fun, right? But the things that are fun, they're weighing deep now. Now you may be saying that L word. Now you may be saying, okay, what is past this fun phase? I have fun with them, but what do I want to actually do with them? That's when you get into the leap. That's when the conversations are a little bit more ingrained. You care about the person's well-being a little bit more. You want to get into the person's background, their real deal headspace. The leap is when you guys really truly decide we're going to the next level.
Right. Going to the next level. And it doesn't have to be right. So I'm going to take it back to what I said in the beginning. These phases are like everlasting cycles, right? So like your first leap is going to be, okay, do I want to date? If I in committing to dating this person, then you have your second leap per se, where it's like, okay, I want to marry this person, all right? And then that next leap where it's like, I want to have kids with this person. So, and leaps can look all different shapes and forms, right? Like it doesn't have to be those three leaps, but to my point of, it's not just one leap and then you're saying bye-bye to that transition. It's like you're going to consistently be revisiting each leap that we're talking about throughout your relationships, and that is completely normal, and it's something that actually brings some sort of like growth, I guess I would even say, to your relationship as well.
Yeah.
So bleeding into the third phase, we have the building phase. Talk us through that.
So after you have your fun, you get serious and you take your leap. You take your leap. Building is now creating. Think of creating a village, right? When you're in a position of creating a village, now you want to create barriers. You want to build something around it that's definitely going to sustain. Lil Daxon, you're definitely going to sustain what it is that you guys are now heading toward.
Right.
Now there's technically a vision, right? There's a vision that's been applied on where you guys actually want to go, and then you actually want to start building around that. And the building phase could be multiple different things. It could be traditions. It could be business. It can be
mindset, be,
lifestyle, communication style. That building phase is to specifically build
and make it your own.
Build what it is that you have with the person on your own terms. Not really, you could take bits and pieces from everybody's partnership, right? That's the beauty of it. But ultimately, what is it that works for y'all? And if you focus on that, the building will only include you two. It's not going to include everyone else. But in that phase, it's very important to do a real deal analysis on where you want to end up. Because once you get into that building phase, everything is so much more important, because now you're thinking longevity. You're thinking, okay, I want to bear children. I want to create legacy now. So everything is very important in that stage.
Right. Thinking longevity. That's a good point. Yeah. So our last phase, right? So we went through the fun phase, we went through the leap, then we went through the building phase, and now we have the dwelling phase. So I feel like this is where you just sit in and soak it all up, whether it's for an hour, whether it's for a day, a month. But talk to us more about the dwelling phase.
The dwelling phase is amazing. It's peace. It's refining. It's refining what you are on track to build. It's recalibrating, taking an analysis on where you currently are, not trying to hurry up and get somewhere, but dwell in moment to moment opportunities so that you can take a seat back and, like I said, refine and resharpen the axe. Because at this point, when you're dwelling, there's an opportunity to say, okay, the things I used to do like this and everything. So you're doing a reflection on
Right.
how you can get better.
Right.
Because when you dwell, that means you're sitting in it. You're in the moment. And when you're in the moment, that's the best part, to be doing a lot of your reflection. And when you reflect, you identify things that you need to do better.
Right.
And in the dwelling phase, that's also a moment to ask for feedback.
Hey everybody, what's going on? We really appreciate you taking the time to delve into Love and Melanin and the conversations that we have on this show. Please make sure to like, subscribe, leave comments, give us other topics you would like to hear, things that we have not covered possibly. And also make sure to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and wherever we are available on other platforms. With that being said, please enjoy the show.
The dwelling phase is for you two to really take an analysis on where you currently are. How can you get better, and ask for feedback. Right, Daxon?
So I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
What phase are we currently in right now?
I think we are in the phase of dwelling, but the most important thing to understand when it comes to these phases is that it's a circle.
Right.
It's evergreen.
Right.
You're going to go through the same cycles all in all, because once we get to dwell, then it's we're at the state where we've been together over 8 years. So at that point, it's like we really know all the different ticks about ourselves. We know we've gotten comfortable at certain times within our relationship. Now when we're dwelling, now it's like, okay, we've had a baby. Let's start having fun again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's start rebuilding what we want to do, or build something else, because we built a certain lifestyle right here. Right. So when we start building again, now that we have a little boy, we're probably in the space of where we want to build traditions, build things that he truly is going to love. Right. Maybe take him swimming. Right. Things like that. But for us, I think we're in the dwelling phase, learning what more can we do to then go back to the fun.
Gotcha. And I'm gonna pick him up.
Go ahead. I mean, yeah, that's beautiful. You guys get to see Daxon again. You've seen him in other episodes. There you go, buddy.
He's bigger.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger. He's grabbing stuff now.
And he's gonna grab my hair.
Yeah, he's gonna grab your hair. He's gonna be grabbing everything. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hey, buddy. I think young couples, older couples, whatever phase you're in, I do feel as though it's important to understand that within these different phases, it goes so much deeper than what we're just talking about, right? There's a certain amount of healing you got to do. There's a certain amount of growing that you have to do in order to dwell, right? You can't really get into the dwelling if you don't heal first. And then from the healing comes the growth. And then once you grow from that, then comes the dwelling. And that's what we all want to do.
Right. And I think my question for you would be, how does communication play a role in these transitions, right? I think going from one phase to the next can be very scary for certain people and a lot of people, right? When you get comfortable, you don't want to get out of that comfort zone. So, from a communication standpoint, what does that look like in order for transitions to be as healthy as possible?
I don't think there's really like a one shoe fits all. I think it's just, you kind of feel it, right? Usually sometimes it's one partner that's feeling it a little bit more than the other. He seems pretty frustrated. I don't feel as though I need to apologize for our son being on the show and doing what he does, but I do understand that at some points you could be really into the conversation, and then we have to tend to Daxon, which, hey, the parents get it.
Those who get it, get it.
Yeah, those who get it, get it. Oh, you feeding them? Okay. We're gonna go on a commercial break.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching Love and Melanin. Please remember to subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and comment below in the comment section on different topics you would love to hear us discuss moving forward. And with that being said, we are about to hop right back into the show.
Hey guys, thanks for allowing us to take the break. Right now, I think it's important for everyone to replay this episode, constantly replay it. It's fairly simple to the point where everyone can get it, right? And I think it's important for us all to pay attention to our own phases, which phase that we are currently in, and are we really doing our best to make sure that we take full advantage of the phase. We're going to continue on our phase, which is the phase of parenthood, and we're going to take care of our son. We really appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you on the next episode.